Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We got a fun one. We got Rob Font versus Corey Sandhagen. Can't complain. Let's get into it. So we have a quicker card. I'm gonna try to make it quicker for you guys. So we got Ode Osborne taking on Asu Almabayev. Almabayev is okay. He is not what his record may look like. He has some good grappling, some like decent wrestling, some pretty good wrestling. Um, okay jiu-jitsu consisting of maybe an armbar and a rear naked choke. I just think Ode Osborne has a good shot of winning this. Just the soy mentality is the reason I'm not going to take him. But I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this. I'm going to go with Asu here by decision, but or submission. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ode Osborne gets a win here. It would not surprise me at all. He is more athletic, better striking. he has he has good train. He's good training out of the extreme. I like Ode a lot. Met him in Vegas. He's a great guy. It's just the soyness of it. Like he's a bit soy. That's all. A bit soy. Just a bit soy for this matchup. I don't know. He may be fine. But I'm gonna go with Asu here. But wouldn't be surprised if Ode got the win. Moving on, we have Sean Woodson taking on Dennis Bazooka. I don't like Woodson. I'll just say it right out the gate. His boxing is okay. It's nothing amazing. I like Dennis Bazooka striking a lot better. Mixes in the kicks. Um, I think he's definitely more well-rounded. If not, they're the exact same skill level. I think Dennis Bazooka has a good shot of winning this. I think he's more of a finisher on the feet. I think he has more talent. He's actually a lightweight or a featherweight, not a lightweight trying to cut down to be a featherweight. Big head Woodson over there. Like I honestly think it should be an easy spot for Bazooka. He's very Woodson can be very hittable at times. Um, I think he quits in fights, and I think Bazooka is going to be the guy to make him quit in the fight. But he didn't quit versus Saldano, so I'll give it to him for that. But man, I do like Bazooka here, and yeah, but it's a short notice fight, so anything can happen. Moving on, we have Cody Durden taking on Jake Hadley. Jake Hadley, Jake Hadley, he is a very controversial cat. Um, he has some good jiu-jitsu, which is going to make some problems for Cody. I do like Jake's jiu-jitsu better than uh, Charles. So I'm gonna go with Jake here. I think Jake's gonna be able to, win at least 2 rounds and potentially even get him out of there on the feet or submit him. I think Jake's a better fighter here. Jake's the side. But wrestling is real, and I do think Durden can ride a backpack and somehow win his way to a decision. But I'm gonna go with Jake Hadley here. I just think Jake Hadley's a better fighter, and he should win here. Moving on, we have Billy Quarantello versus Damon Jackson. So Damon Jackson is actually bigger than Billy Quarantello. But the thing about Damon Jackson is his cardio is decent, but it's not the best, especially when he's the nail. Um, I'm gonna go with Billy Q just because Damon does not like getting hit, and against Billy Q, it's a really bad style. Um, but at the same time, I would not be shocked to see Damon Jackson submission somehow. Billy Quarantillo he gets caught in subs sometimes. Finds his way to get out of them, but against high level black belts, I don't know. So I'm gonna go with Billy Q here, but definitely an interesting fight for sure. Wouldn't be putting everything on Billy Q, but this should be a good one for him. Moving on, we have Carlson Harris taking on Jeremiah Wells. Carlston Harris, man, he is an awkward fighter. He is not pretty to watch. Um, he's not that great. Um, who did he take to a decision in his last fight? I think it was like yeah, he took Gooden to a decision. Like, I'm gonna go with Jamar Wells here. I like Wells here. I don't think Wells has the chin that Woodson has, or that man, what's his name? I don't have the chin. I don't think he has the chin that Gooden has, but I do think I do think he is more dangerous than Carlson Harris. I think Carlson Harris tried to wrestle Gooden too, so I do think Jamal Wells could catch Harris on the feet and KO him, or he could potentially just get him on the mat and out wrestle him, maybe and get a sub. I'm gonna go with Jeremiah Wells here. I do think he wins this fight. It's just a talented fighter versus someone who I believe doesn't have much talent. Um, but yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'll be curious to see how it pans out. But yeah, moving on. We have Howney Barcelos versus Kyler Phillips. 3 years ago, I would have taken Barcelos, but unfortunately, Father Time. This is a Father Time fight. I gotta take Kyler Phillips. Not much more needs to be said. Yeah, Barcelos. He's he was very talented at one point. He had all the makings of a future title contender, but unfortunately, just some holes that fighters been able to exploit, and now he's not a young cat anymore. And I think Phillips is, and or I know Phillips is, and he's going to. I feel like he's going to either get a KO here or just win a unanimous decision because he has the wrestling. He has so many ways to win this fight. I don't like that Kyler pops for the same drug that a lot of people at MMA Lab has been popped for. So, but other than that, I think he should come back fine. I'm gonna go with Kyler Phillips here. Moving on, we have Ignacio Bahamondes versus Ludovic Klein. Ignacio Bahamondes is the side here. It's a good fight. I do think Ludovic Klein has a lot to offer. I do think this could be a closer fight than anticipated. I just think Ludovic Klein's could be there to be hit. His footwork isn't great compared to Ignacio. I like Ignacio's footwork a little better. Klein's has some really sharp striking, but I do think it's going to be a distance management thing. I think Ignacio is going to be in and out, landing the nice shots, laying the better shots. Optically, it's going to look better as well. It's going to be a close fight, but I'm going to lean Ignacio here. I think Ignacio is the side. I think he has more, well, not more ways to win, but he has good takedown defense training with Bilal Muhammad and all those guys. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Ignacio here. I think Ignacio's got what it takes to win this fight. Close fight though. Moving on, we have Tanner Boser versus Alexa Kimura. Another fight that interests me. I like Alexa Kimura here. He's taking a break, and he won't have to face someone with high volume this time. Tanner Boser is as low volume as it gets, and he is as about as poor fight IQ as it gets. So I'm gonna go with Alexa Kimura here. I'm not a Tanner Boser fan at all. I like the fact that he has some finishing ability, but he never seems to use it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Alexa Kimura here. I think this is a good comeback spot for him. He can mix in whatever he wants. I think he's just a better athlete, and yeah, we'll see who's a better fighter on the night though. Moving on, we have Gavin Tucker versus Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez, he is a huge guy. But the thing about Diego Lopez is his wrestling isn't that great. Gavin's is pretty good. Pretty good. His striking isn't that amazing. Gavin's is pretty good. Jiu-jitsu wise, I feel like Diego's good, better than jiu-jitsu, if not better. But I just I don't think Gavin's out of like he's screwed when it hits the mat either. I'm gonna go with Tucker here. I honestly love watching this guy fight. He's very good. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Tucker here. A lot of bias, but I'm gonna go with Tucker. I mean, I met Diego. He's a really nice guy, but Tucker's he's a G. So I'm gonna go with Tucker here. I know he's a little older, but seen crazier things at older ages. So moving on, we have Dustin Jacoby versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Nzechukwu, man, he's interesting. I say that because his technique is awful, at times, most of the time. but he has spurts of moments of good flashes of brilliance. And I do think Dustin Jacoby is going to be more technically on point. So if I'm gonna make a pick here, I'm gonna have to ride. I'm gonna have to go with Jacoby here, or I don't even know. This one's probably the one I've been most torn up about. It's gonna be a close fight. It's gonna be Jacoby's chin versus Nzechukwu's output, and I do think Nzechukwu's output is gonna be potentially what loses. So I'm gonna go with Jacoby by decision. That's the only thing that makes sense to me in this fight. And then to have Nzechukwu by KO ready, because that's the only thing that I can see happening in this fight. All right, guys. Moving on. I'm trying to make it quick for you guys. I have some things to do today, so I gotta get going. But yeah, we have Jessica Andrade versus Tatiana Suarez. So I met Tatiana. I got to watch her grapple. Man, is she a problem on the mat. If she gets a hold of Jessica, it's game over. It's done. But the question is she going to get a hold of her? Now, I'll be honest. Tatiana's striking is not as great as her grappling, but I haven't got to see her striking also. So other than on her previous fights, I'm going to have to say Jessica's got the striking edge, especially with the power. Experience wise as well. But I'm gonna go with Tatiana. I feel like Tatiana's gonna run her over, well, especially once it hits the mat. I feel like she's gonna play a good distance management game, and if she tries to blitz her, she's gonna get taken down. So I'm gonna go with Tatiana here. Well coached, great mindset, tough as nails. I like Tatiana here. Moving on, we have the main event: Corey Sandhagen versus Rob Font. So Rob Font, he is a very, very talented boxer who's very, very tough. Still has a little bit of a chin issue, but he's tough. I like Rob. I really think he's a gritty, gritty, tough guy. But I think Sanhagen's like gonna run right through him. I think Sanhagen's the one of the more confident picks in the card. He's a ninja man, and I just don't. I think he has way too many ways to win this fight. I don't know, but I think the jiu-jitsu could be even, but I don't know. This is gonna be a fun one though. I'm gonna be excited to watch this one. This is a great card. I'm gonna give my top five picks. Number one, I would have to say, uh, this is hard. I would have to say, uh, hmm, Suarez. Number two, I would have to say Hadley. Number And I'd have to say, and Sandhagen. Three, I would have to say Cortilla. I would have to go with. No, I'd have to go with Phillips. And then number four, I would have to go with Corntillo and Bahamondes. Number five, I'd have to go with. I'd have to go with Wells. All right, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll see you next time.